On a bright, sunny afternoon, young Alice sat on the riverbank with her older sister. She was growing bored with the book her sister was reading, as it had no pictures or dialogues. Suddenly, Alice noticed a white rabbit, surprisingly wearing a waistcoat and holding a pocket watch, muttering to itself about being late. Curiosity piqued, Alice hurried after the rabbit, following it as it vanished down a large rabbit hole. Without hesitation, she crawled in after it, only to find herself tumbling down an unusually long and strange tunnel. During her fall, she passed by cupboards, bookshelves, and strange pictures hanging upon pegs. Landing softly, she found herself in a peculiar hallway lined with doors. The rabbit had disappeared, but Alice's exploration led her to a small glass table with a tiny gold key. She discovered that the key would open a small door leading to a gorgeous garden, but she was too big to get through. On the table, she discovered a bottle labeled "Drink Me." She was hesitant, but the fragrance was inviting, and the label was personally addressed to her, so she decided to drink it. Instantly, she began to shrink down to a tiny size, perfect for entering the door. However, to her distress, Alice realized she had left the key back on the table, now beyond her reach. Her eyes fell on a box under the table containing a cake marked "Eat Me." With a bite, she grew massively, filling the room. After trying different combinations of shrinking and growing by sipping and nibbling, she finally managed to get into the enchanting garden. There she encountered the maddening world of Wonderland. In the garden, Alice met an array of eccentric characters. There was the grinning Cheshire Cat, whose head and body would vanish randomly as he riddled Alice with nonsensical advice. At the Mad Hatter's seemingly eternal tea party, she found herself engulfed in lunacy, unable to sit still in a place. Alice then encountered the Queen of Hearts, known for her unpredictable temper and frequent cries of "off with their heads." Despite her fiery temper, Alice played croquet with her, using live flamingos as mallets and hedgehogs as balls. During a peculiar courtroom scene, Alice courageously stands up against the false accusations. Gradually, the absurdity closed in on her, and she felt herself being drawn back into reality. Suddenly, she awoke back on the grassy bank. Alice realized her adventure through Wonderland was nothing more than a peculiar daydream.
Alice was a young girl with bright blue eyes and long blonde hair. One sunny day, she was sitting under a tree with her sister. Alice was very curious and loved to explore. She saw a white rabbit with a pink nose and big eyes. The rabbit was wearing a blue coat and holding a pocket watch. He looked very worried and kept saying, "Oh dear, I am late." Alice decided to follow the rabbit. She ran after him and saw him jump into a big rabbit hole. Without thinking, Alice jumped in too. The rabbit hole was very deep, and Alice fell for a long time. She wondered if she would ever reach the bottom. Finally, she landed softly on a bed of leaves. Alice found herself in a strange place. It was full of strange, colorful plants and animals that could talk. She saw a bottle with a label that said, "Drink me." Alice took a sip and began to shrink. She became so small that she could fit through a little door. Behind the door was a beautiful garden. Alice walked through the garden and met many curious creatures. There was a grinning cat named Cheshire Cat, a Mad Hatter who loved tea parties, and a Queen of Hearts who always shouted, "Off with their heads." Alice had many adventures in this wonderland. She learned that being curious and brave could lead to exciting places. After a while, Alice found a way back home. She woke up under the tree and realized it was all a dream. But Alice never forgot her amazing journey. From then on, she always looked for new adventures and believed that even the impossible was possible.
Rose and Lisa are discussing their upcoming exams and the importance of keeping in touch. روز وليزا بيتكلموا عن الامتحانات الجاية وأهمية التواصل.
Are you ready for the exam tomorrow? جاهزة للامتحان بقرى؟
I hope so. It's important, right? أتمنى كده. ده مهم مش كده.
Very important. How do you feel about it? مهم فعلا. تحسي بأيه تجاهه؟
Nervous. Can I call you if I need help? قلقان. ممكن أكلمك لو احتجت مساعدة.
Sure. Let me give you my phone number. طبعا. انتظري حديكي نمرة تليفوني.
Great. I'll save it now. رائع. همشي بي هذا الوقت.
Here you go. اتفضلي.
Thank you. I'll call if I panic. شكرا. هكلمك لو اتخضيت.
You'll do great. Just don't stress too much. هتعملي كويس. بس ما تتوترش زيادة.
Thanks, Rose. I'll remember that. شكرا, روز. هفتر ده.